First and foremost, I want to start off by giving all honor and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakak, Wadash. Want to give double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone for teaching us this truth. And I want to say shalom to the brothers and sisters that are in this truth. Shalom. All right, man. Back with another lesson. And I'm going to go in on Jake on this one, because Jake is going to perish in wickedness, right? And, I thought about this lesson because, I was reading 2nd Ezra chapter 7, and it's not a coincidence that I was warning this guy that I know, from the world, about what's coming, and I told him how important it is to return to the Lord, and be obedient as best as you can. Okay. He got little children. He got a son and a daughter, and I told him straight up, I ain't filter anything. I gave him to him raw and uncut, man. I told him straight up, like, if you don't get right, you and your children are gonna suffer. You're gonna see your kids pining away, right, through the famine, all right, or a plague, okay, or Esau coming in and just, deleting your children in front of you and leaving you alive for you to go through that pain, And I told him, this is the scenario that the Lord could put for you, The Lord could put a spirit in you to eat your children because you got no food, right? So at the end of the day, I told him straight up, this is the time, man. You gotta make a decision, because your decision is gonna affect your son and your daughter, right? Just like I spoke, I've spoken, to a couple of other people that I know, all right, and they think it's a game, because at the end of the day, Jake always want to wait to the last minute, right? Everything is all good right now, right? Nothing has hit the front door, right, as they say, right? But once that shit start knocking on your door, all of a sudden, you want to know what you got to do instead of preparing right now, okay? You can't play hopscotch with the Lord. You can't just all of a sudden, be doing wickedness and all of a sudden want to be jumping into righteousness. The Lord ain't going to play that. Once the doors of mercy is closed, it's closed, man. Jake is going to perish in their wickedness, man. And I'm not going to feel bad for anybody that I know, close or distant, all right? Because I've warned them. I've told them, all right? And they thought it was a joke. Here it is. The men of the Lord is out here sacrificing their life, to bring out this word, okay? Suffering the straight things, man, that the Lord has put in us for us to feed the sheep and try to, reach out to you lost Jakes. And we understand that this is just for the elect, okay? But, hey, it's frustrating when you see that you're giving them this information, okay, and they can't see it, which we understand that the Lord, has deceived the 2/3 to not believe, okay, or to see it and not to hearken, right? So at the end of the day, Jake is going to perish, man. Jake is going to perish in their wickedness, man. And Lord willing, I can endure until the end, okay? Lord willing, I'm part of that number, that precious number that's going to be meet for salvation, right, when all this is said and done, okay? So let's go to the book of 2nd Ezra, right, chapter 7. And let's start at verse 20, right? Let's see what's going on here. Salakia, bear with me. Let's open this up again. There you go. Let's go to verse 20, right? So this is the book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 7 and verse 20. It says, "For there be many that perish in this life, because they despise the law of Yahweh that is set before them." Okay? And that's exactly what's going to happen in this lifetime, man. All right? You guys turn your back on the Lord. You guys were all up in your wickedness, okay? Right? Breaking the laws left and right. Okay? Laws that you can keep here, man. And we're not going to be saved by the law. We always stress that Yahweh Shai, right? By the blood of Yahweh Shai, we're going to overcome, right? In faith in Yahweh Shai. But at the end of the day, faith without works is dead. And part of the works is to obey the Lord as best as you can, okay? Keep those laws that you can keep, okay, to show your faith, all right? Okay? You see, But our people is running around, committing adultery, all right, being witches and warlocks, all right, being wicked in this society, that gives you status, right? Being righteous, man, they look at you like a geek. You remember when you were a young kid and you making fun of the kid in school that's always bringing his homework, he's always paying attention, right? Never getting in trouble, right? Y'all laughing at him. All of a sudden, what? This man got a great job, right? You over here, you got a record, okay? Hey, and I'm guilty of that because I had no guidance, right? You know, now you got a record, okay? You can't get a good job, okay? But this is all set up by the Lord, okay? We had to, you know, live out those curses, right? But the point is, in this society, that's the way they treat a righteous person. They'll make fun of them, they laugh at them, they mock them, and whatnot, right? Okay, because being wicked in this society is a trend, right? That's what's in. Okay, verse 21 it says, "For Yahweh has given straight commandment to such as came, what they should do to live." Why? Because the fear of the Lord tendeth to life, and the way you show fear is by obedience. All right, knowing that transgression, right, wickedness can get you deleted, understanding the mindset of the Lord. All right, that's that fear that you should have, knowing that if you don't fear the Lord, that if you don't obey, okay, you're gonna perish. Right? It says, even as they came, and what they should observe to avoid punishment. Okay, and Jake ain't learned, okay, ever since they came out of Egypt. All right, Jake been wicked over and over and over and over again. And here we are in spiritual Egypt, and Jake is the worst they've ever been. All right? Especially the woman, right? And you men has fallen so far away from grace. Okay, you're not even men anymore, right? And that's why that great punishment is coming. Okay? Jacob's trouble, right? As a time that is like never before is coming upon you, so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, and the only ones that are going to be saved out of it is going to be the elect, those that return to the Lord in obedience and faith and believe the full report, the truth, right? Let me get real quick for you can understand, okay, if you're a newcomer, because we know these are basic scriptures for those seasoned, in this truth. But hey, not everybody has been in this for long time. We're here for the new sheep as well, right? That the Lord directs into these videos, to understand what's going on, right? So let's go to the first book of John, all right? And let's go to chapter 3 and verse 4. And it reads, "Whosoever committeth sin," right? Sin. Okay? Because the churches will tell you you can't be a sinner, right? You can't be a sinner. But they don't tell you what sin is, right? They'll tell you you can't swear, you can't drink, right? Yeah, all these other things, right? You can't hate, right? Which is you can't hate your brothers, okay? But we do hate Esau, right? But they tell you everything but the truth, okay? Which is what? Also, the Salakia, whosoever committeth sin transgresseth also the law, for sin is transgression of the law. Why ain't they telling you that in those churches? Because those churches were set up by wicked, evil E, man, right? You have to go to his theology schools and you get programmed, right, to make your people go off, man. Okay, you're not a righteous shepherd, man. You have scattered the sheep. Okay. So again, whosoever committeth sin transgresseth also the law, for sin is transgression of the law, right? And in this society, you've been taught since the early 90s, right? And it was going on before, way before that, but this thing was being advertised as far as I remember, right, in the early 90s, right, that you're the man, right, if you're committing adultery, if you're sleeping with other men's wives, right? And women are just running around rampant, right? Committing adultery on their men. Okay? They don't want to, stick to one man for the rest of their life. They'll look at you like you got three heads if you tell them that, right? Okay? And that's just one of many things, okay? Little simple things like not eating pork, not getting lineups, right? Uh, um, the dietary law. Okay, just simple things, man. Don't steal, right? Don't delete, you know, unless it's in self defense. Like, that's why Jake is going to perish, man, because you guys are just stacking iniquity upon iniquity, and the Lord's mercy, is running out, man. The doors of mercy are closing, right? So let's get one more. Let's go to the book of First John, chapter 5, and verse 3, right here. And it says, "For this is the love of Yahweh," because a lot of you people claim that you love Yahweh. All right, you're always posting up these posts, and and you talk about, oh, I love Yahweh. You know what I mean? But your actions show different, right? Okay, you ask a average a Christian, and they'll tell you, loving Yahweh is just loving them. They can't give you a scripture, right? Because why? They tell you that the laws and statutes and commandments are done away with. All right, so that's not an answer, that they're gonna, give you, right? You talk about you love God, right? That you love Yahweh, right? But you're out there committing all types of abominations willingly, right? So it says, "For this is the love of Yahweh, that we keep His commandments, and His commandments are not grievous." All right, you see that? So that's the love that you got to show. All right. When them demons hop on you, and they hop on all of us, first thing you think about is the laws and commandments. You think about Yahweh, not trespassing His instructions. Okay? Do we fall sometimes? Yes. All right? But at the end of the day, we're not doing it with malicious intent. We're not, and that contrite heart does come after. Okay? You see, but at the end of the day, knowing the laws and the commandments is what keeps us in check, right? Fearing the judgment of the Lord, okay? But a wicked Jake, he doesn't understand the judgments of the Lord, right? So let's go back to the second book of Ezra, chapter 7. Let's keep going on verse 22. Okay, and it reads, "Nevertheless, they were not obedient unto him, okay, but spake against him and imagined vain things." Okay, and how do you speak against Yahweh, right? When the men of the Lord are out there, okay, telling you to return to the Lord, telling you what you should do in righteousness, and you're mocking, you're laughing, you're saying that's not the way, right? We're bringing it out of the scriptures. You're saying, "I believe," okay, right? And you don't want to hearken unto the word, okay? You're speaking against the Most High through us, right? When you come against the word that we're bringing out, that Yahweh has sent us to bring out, right? To give you warning, right? You speaking against the Lord. And it says, "and imagine vain things," right? Because you think, oh, I believe in Jesus. You think that's going to get you saved, okay? You could do all the wickedness, but just by believing, you're going to be saved, right? That Christianity, all right? God love everybody. That's imagining a vain thing, right? So-called white man could be saved. That's imagining a vain thing, okay? Salvation is for everybody. That's imagining a vain thing. You're going to hell if you're a sinner. But then again, they won't tell you that sin is transgression of the law. But going to hell in a fiery place, that's a vain thing, okay? You're not hearkening unto the truth, man, right? And it says, "and deceive themselves." You see, you have deceived yourself with these doctrines, with this way of life that Esau have taught you, right? By their wicked deeds. And said of the Most High, He is not, and knew not His ways. Okay, because we're telling you, it's Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua. You're talking about God and Jesus, all right? And those names bring a whole different doctrine. Those names bring a whole different doctrine, okay? And that's why you don't know the ways of the Lord. That's why you're going to get caught up in the whirlwind when the Lord sends that great storm coming this way, okay? A lot of you are going to perish, right? You're not going to have the Lord's protection. You're not going to have His mercy, okay? Why? Because you've been deceived, all right? And the Lord allowed this because you didn't hearken, okay? You're the same spirits. You're the same spirits that put Yahweh Shai to death, right? Rejected the Messiah, man. And you're rejecting him today by rejecting the truth. Okay? So you're going to be deceived. All right? Where there is no vision, the people perish. Okay? Let's go to Second Thessalonians, right? Let's go to Second Thessalonians chapter 2, and let's start at verse 7, right? And it reads, "For the mystery of iniquity does already work." Okay? "Only he who now letteth will let," and that's Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, right? Letting this evil man do what he got to do, right? Esau Edom, until he be taken out of the way, right? And that's the time that we're coming in, right? We're in the last stage of this operation, okay? Okay? Salvation is coming, right? But not for everybody. The gospel is not good news for everyone, especially you 2/3, okay? And it says, "And then shall that wicked be revealed," okay? And that's what we have done with this word, right? Starting with Abba Bivens and all the elders and the apostles on down, okay? Right? Through what? The Rakakwadash that was sent, the comforter, right? To bring out that truth, okay? Again, it says, "And then shall that wicked be revealed, whom the Lord shall consume with the spirit of his mouth," you see? And who's his mouthpiece? The prophets that was sent in the latter time, man, okay? It says, "And shall destroy with the brightness of his coming." Hey, that's going to be Yahushua coming in that chariot, all right? World War III, right? He's going to destroy all these nations, man. Right? Second Ezra chapter 13, man. You could read about that. All right? And it says in verse 9, "Even him whose coming is after the working of Satan," right? That's the so-called white man, Esau, man. Right? Them children of darkness. Right? It says, "With all power and signs and lying wonders," right? Because there's going to be miracles performed, right? Through the left-hand side to deceive you, 2/3 wicked jakes, man. Y'all going to take that C-hip, right? Y'all gonna take that Neuralink, right? Y'all gonna think y'all gonna be out here living forever, styling, okay, making money, right? These are all lying wonders because this is not the counsel of the Lord, right? The Lord is only doing this to separate, right, that gold, okay, that precious gold that He's coming to gather, right, which is the elect, okay, and it said, "And with all deceivableness of unrighteousness in them that perish," right? Because Jake will perish in wickedness, man. "Because they receive not the love of the truth, that they might be saved," right? That's why we're out there telling you, man, right? We're out there trying to warn you, okay? But Jake does not want to hearken, right? Jake does not want to hearken. They want to keep living that wicked lifestyle that they're living, okay? So hey, it's gonna come a time where they're gonna perish, right? In verse 11 it says, "And for this cause Yahweh shall send them strong delusion, that they should believe a lie," right? And that's what? Christianity, atheism, right? Where they don't even believe there's a higher power. They don't even believe that Yahweh exists, right? And it says that they all might be damned who believe not the truth, but had pleasure in unrighteousness. You see, you had pleasure, right? All you kept doing was feeding the flesh, right? But through the Spirit, we're over here trying to tell you, right? We're trying to tell you what the Lord requires. We're bringing it out through the scriptures, okay? And you hate the word. That's why you rather choose Christianity, because Christianity is a freestyle session, right? Some BET shit, MTV, right? That's all you're doing. You're tuning into MTV, right? Pastor pick up the mic, goes off on one or two scriptures that don't even mean what they mean, and he start talking about break the chains and the love of Jesus, and man, we have gotten victory already. We are saved through the blood of Jesus. Okay, when the Lord said, "Those that endure to the end shall be saved," man, the same shall be saved, right? With much tribulation shall we enter into the kingdom. You're being set up, okay, for that day, right? You're being set up for that day, okay? Now, let's go back, right, to 2nd Ezra chapter 7 and verse 24. And it reads, "But his law have they despised and denied his covenants," right? The promises, right? That marriage, okay? which Yahushua is coming back for the elect, right? For that marriage, man, right? New Jerusalem, okay? When we're gonna have, Lord willing, right? Them nice clean garments, right? Sin is not gonna no longer gonna live within us, right? It says in his statutes they have not been faithful and have not performed his works. That's why the Lord said they shall all the unfaithful shall die in their unfaithfulness, man. Right? But the point is, they his law they have despised and denied his covenants and his statutes, right? You see? And what's gonna happen, right? Let's go to 2 Ezra chapter 9, and let's start at verse 9. Okay? And it says, then shall they be in pitiful case, which now have abused my ways, and they that have cast them away despitefully shall dwell in torments. And we all know that that word torment is not a good word. All right? You see that? You have abused his ways. Why? For such as in their life has received benefits and have not known me, right? You received this grace period, mercy, okay? You've been given a chance, to return to the Lord, okay? But you have not known the Lord. You don't know the truth. You have despised the truth. You have rejected the truth. You turn your back, right, on the instructions of the Lord, right, which are in the Bible, the scriptures, man. These are your instructions, and you have turned your back from them, right? You have rejected them. Why? It says, and they that have loathed my law while they had yet liberty. You see, what's that liberty? That grace period, man. And when as yet place of repentance was open unto them, understood not, but despised it. You hated it, okay? The Lord was calling you back, okay? And you did not want to get right. You see? What does it say? What's your penalty? The same must know it after death by pain. After death by pain. There's going to be a painful process before you get taken out, Jake. All right? The scripture says they shall seek death and not find it. Okay? Because the Lord is in control of all spirits. All right? The Lord is going to put you through that pain. All right? Before you give up the spirit. Right? You see? And hey, that's why we say we're only here for the elect. So we could wrap this up, man. We hasten on the day, right, that the Lord bring the destruction, right? So we can get out of this wicked ass place, this damn abomination, man. You go to the gym nowadays, you don't even know who's who, man. You don't even know if that's a girl you're looking at, a man. These men are so effeminate, got long hair. You got to do a double take and be like, oh, man. You know what I mean? There's some sassy, effeminate, right? Just moles running around, okay? Woman running around rampant, okay? Just bodies after bodies, man. Cemeteries on all these women, man. Ain't even a body count no more. It's a cemetery, right? Okay, they got legions on them, okay? With all the spirits that they have harnessed it from all these men, right? You see? The men have turned into women. This place is upside down. Okay? But the Lord is coming back to make this all right. Right? And all them Jakes that don't want to get right are going to perish in their wickedness, man. So, Lord willing, this was edifying. And with that, I want to give all honor and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakak Wadash. Want to give double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone for teaching us this truth. And I want to say shalom to the brothers and sisters that are in this truth. Shalom. Abal Babal, Kwam Yasharala. Shalom.